Okay, we have our B stop point set up. Now we can move on to the next one. And sometimes I like to, if I'm not using a background image, you can change the color of the background scene sometimes just to see a bit better. We want to go to our next state, which is C, and you can see that there's not much of a change. The only thing that's going to change is the text. It's going to go from a big text to a 2-line text. So this bar is actually going to stay the same. However, I still need to add a stop point. So I'm going to come up into my stage and I'm going to add a stop point, and we're going to say this is C. And since my bar here doesn't really change, we can just leave the animation as is. I'm going to go ahead and move to the next concept here, which is D, and I have a snapshot of what that looks like. So if we hide our banner here, you can see that we now have a logo which shifts over this blue bar and text. So I'm going to design the logo now. And in some cases, you know, again, organization is big. So I'm just going to go ahead and name this something else, again, related to our banner. And that's just going to help me keep things organized. Now I'm going to create another group here. We're going to call this the logo group or branding group. You can call it whatever you want. Naming convention here isn't very specific. I'm going to use a Nagi again, and I know our height is around 62.2. I'm going to set our stretch to 0 and take down our corners. Now I want to kind of match the same branding here, so I can just take my texture and my color and drop it on that Nagi as well. We can readjust our texture here to have it sit however we want. Lengthwise, I'm going to spread this out a little bit. Let's say something like that, and then I'm going to reposition this. Again, design-wise, you know, you may have your own ways of doing things and or your own branding that you want to use. So I have a little background there. Now I'm going to grab a logo, which I can use as well. And if you want to copy that group, you can. I'm just going to replace it with the logo, and maybe we'll increase it 0.1. We'll get rid of the blue graphic there, and we can reposition our logo. So if you want to put it to vertex or linear, however you want to do it. So spread it out a little bit. We also have a repeat and clamp, so I'm just going to clamp it on there and maybe just scale it down a little bit. Your logo and or branding will be a little bit different. All right, so I roughly have my logo design here. What I'm going to do is just scoot it over to the left all the way off the screen. And since I have a background snapshot, you can keep turning this thing off to see where you're at, or you can lower the alpha, drop an alpha on it a little bit, and you can lower the opacity to kind of see where your graphic needs to be. So I want to shift my graphic over at this state. So I'm going to use the topmost group here to do that. And I'm just going to create a quick little animation to see where how far over my banner needs to slide. So I'm just going to lower the opacity a little bit to see that. Now I'm going to set a keyframe, and then I'm just going to position this over, and it's going to slide everything over. So we'll roughly land right about there and set another keyframe. Now I moved the whole top level group over as opposed to just doing individually containers. It might be a little bit easier for us in the stage when we do that. Now you can see in the stage that we have a new animation here separate from our Nagi height. And I'm going to go ahead and move my timeline, hit set stop point, and we add another stop point. And this one is now state D. So we're going to go ahead and call that one capital D. So I'm going to move on here and see what my next scene setting is. That was state D. We also want to go to E. So it looks like E is kind of the same thing here. It's with the logo, but the banner is pushed over. So as far as animation goes, we're okay. We just need to add a stop point. So I'm going to go into the stage again, and I'm going to advance my timeline to the next point. I'm going to click on my director. I'm going to click add stop point. And we don't even need to make an animation there since it's really saying the same thing. I'm going to go back into my scene settings, and let's check our next state, which is F. Now we have a white bar on here. So if I hide our design, our concept is showing us that we now have a white bar coming up over our blue bar. So I'm going to go ahead and add that in our design. So I can add a new group. We'll call it white top. I'm going to go ahead and drag a Nagi down. You could use a rectangle as well. However, I'm just going to use a Nagi here. So I'm going to go ahead and turn my background concept off for a second, and just to make sure that we can see a little bit better, I'm going to go into my Nagi again. Let's spread this out. We're going to take the stretch down to 0 and all the corners down to 0 as well. We can lower the height, and let's slide our bar down. I'm going to turn my background scene on again so I can give me a little reference. And remember, I have the opacity down so I can kind of see through this. And we want to place this white bar roughly right around here. And if you want to texture it, you can do that as well. What I like to do is continuously save as you go along. And before I move on to the next part, I just want to drag a white texture down there. We'll give it a little bit more texture or a better design look here. So it's on linear. Let's just scale this up a bit. And we have a little shading on this texture, so you can place it however you want. I'm just going to place it right there for now. And that's our white bar. So this white bar is going to animate on as well, and you can decide however you want it to animate it on, whether you want it to come in from the left and or the right. I'm going to have it come in from the left, so I'm going to set my horizontal alignment to left. That means I'm going to need to shift this white bar over again and readjust my texture. And now I'm going to go ahead and add an animation for this. So roughly at 30.5, that's how the width I want it to be. I'm going to go ahead and set keyframe and just rewind my timeline a little bit here and adjust our width down to 0 so that it grows from the left. I'm going to go into the stage, and here it sees our new animation. And you can slide that out as far as timing wise, however you want. I'm going to go ahead and add a stop point. Since our last stop point was E, which we need to name. And this stop point is going to be F. And I'm going to go ahead and save. So let's go into our scene settings again and see what our next state is. So here's our snapshot of the next state. And you can see now the white bar goes away, but now we have a thin white bar on the bottom strip. So I'm just going to copy this container and call this white bottom. I'm just going to get rid of that animation. I'm going to slide my Nagi down here. I'm going to adjust the height. I'm going to turn my white top off for a second. Lower my opacity just so I can see how thick I need to make my white bar. And let's come down a little bit more. We'll adjust the position on the Y down and roughly right about there. That seems fine. Now what I need to do is create the animation for this. So let's go ahead and increase our alpha so that we can see all of our graphic. I want this white bar to come in from the left again. So I'm going to go ahead and animate that. That's where I want it to land. So I'm just going to adjust my timeline down here randomly. I don't need to pay too much attention to it. I can always fix it in the stage. And I'm going to go ahead and take my width down to 0 and hit set key. I'm going to go ahead into the stage. I have some work to do in here. So if we turn our white top on, you can see that we have the white bar comes on, and then our next state, the white bar comes on again. However, when this bottom white bar comes on, I want the top white bar to go off. So what I can do is just hold down C and copy these keyframes, and we'll just reverse it like that. So what we have here is a little animation that shows us the white bar going off as the bottom white bar comes on. I'm going to add a stop point. And since our last stop point was F, I'm going to name this one capital G. Hey, let's review here and see what's going on. I'm going to turn off the background in my scene settings. And I'm going to go into my stage. I'm just going to rewind everything, and let's start to play this. Now, when you start or hit play, since we have a stop point at the very beginning, which is O, we need to hit the continue animation first. So I'm going to hit continue. You see it goes to state A. Now it's going to rise up, go to state B. Our next stop is state C. We didn't see much of a transition there. I'm going to go to state D, and then E, and then F, and then G. Again, timing of these graphics is all going to be up to you. So when we progress a little bit more in the design and or the logic of it, we may need to come back and adjust all the timings.